Hey, true believer, it's Englentine here, and I'm taking a look at Dark Knight's Metal number 4. Now, okay, everybody and their brothers reading this book, these are just my thoughts on the subject. Let's start with the covers. I like this one. At least it's got something to do with what's inside the book. Sandman does show up. We actually get the Trinity as well as some other heroes. This one is a decent cover, not great. This one less so. That's, I guess, symbolically, this cover represents something that's going on, but not directly, because there is a little bit of a battle between Batman and Superman's, but it's more cerebral. This is fake news all the way. Yeah, sorry, guys. It looks cool, Wonder Woman fighting Ra's al Ghul, but it's not exactly representative of what's inside the book. Not very much. If there was Dr. Fate there, it would. However, this is my favorite cover. I really enjoy this one. This is more representative of what my favorite part in the book is and what does go on. That's why I picked this for the screenshot as well. So the book opens up and we're getting basically narration from the Sandman. He's telling the story of the DC universe. It's done very well, too, because not only are you getting the story of the DC universe proper, but it goes towards the dark universes as well. And that's when we break into the whole bit I told you about Batman's dealing with all the Supermen. Now, okay, I guess there's some negatives here. This book, to me, really read like community theater. Like, you know, if they're doing Shakespeare, they're doing something really dramatic, and all of a sudden you become aware of them acting. That's how I felt about this book. All of a sudden, I became very much aware that it was a comic book while I'm reading it. And I know that's kind of silly, because obviously I'm reading a comic book, but the thing is, you're supposed to be engrossed in the story, and the character is supposed to come alive to you, you know, so you're feeling it, so you're involved and immersed in the story. This, however, had moments where it just ripped me right out. I mean, there's some good moments too. Don't get me wrong. I like I said, I love the Batman and Superman stuff with the Sandman. Aquaman and Deathstroke here is done pretty well also. The Dr. Fate, Wonder Woman stuff, though, and the Green Lantern, it just didn't hold up to me. I was very much aware, I was like, okay, these are machinations that are going to be leading us to the end of the story. Now, I'm not saying the book is bad. It's not a bad book. It's just, it lacks the impact of the other issues, and that could be because there's a disconnect from the tardiness of the book itself. You know, it's just not as connected as it was or would have been had it come out on time. There are some things I really liked about it as well. I liked the fact that they split off into twos like classic Justice League stories. Or at least that's what I got out of it. They were trying to capture the magic of the old days by having them pair off in twos, because that's what they used to do during the Silver Age, excuse me. And as I said before, the scenes with the Sandman, the description of the universes and how they all came to be and what they all really are, all of that is very interesting. That's the book's strength right there. It's the meat and potatoes. Unfortunately, you have to deal with a whole bunch of the other stuff. Once again, not horrible. And by the way, I love this scene right here. This was my favorite part of the book, is you see the consolation. I thought that was done very well. Good on the artist. Greg Capullo definitely deserved his Spirit Award nomination. Now, I also thought that what I should do is just go back and read it all again, catch up, and check this book out after that as well. Maybe, like I said, maybe the problems came from the fact that there was this disconnect because of the time. However, I can't do a review based on something I had to fix. I have to do a review just like everybody else would. You pick up the book, you read it on that day. And what do you think? How did you feel? And I guess that's what I'm telling you right now. Now, also, I did like this scene here with Dr. Fate and Wonder Woman, but I like to see Dr. Fate in the DC universe. I would love to see him a little bit more, as a matter of fact. But then it goes overly dramatic again, and it's not I don't know. It's like they're telling you what's happening, but still not being clear as to what's happening. And then all of a sudden we have a new, what looks like bad guy come in. I'm thinking, wow, I understand in the individual issues and the crossover issues, they dealt with a 7 Batman, but now we're bringing in new characters that seem to be others. Black Adam shows up. Wait a second. What? I don't know. Like I said, to me, it just seemed like community theater. Now we're getting new threats when a credible threat was already introduced to us. So it almost seems like it's shifting into a new story, or it's just shifting into another part of the story, and I just got to get damn well used to it. And I'm sure in the comment section, somebody's going to have a big explanation for it, and that's cool. I like that kind of thing. And I dig the Hawkman showing up at the end. I thought that was cool because I knew they were trying to tie this into, or the death of Hawkman storyline was supposed to tie into this. And I'm glad that it did because I like the character Hawkman. So, like I said, it's not a bad book. It's just not great. And I think it would work better if it was closer, or if you've read the first 3 right before you read this one. But that's just my opinion. What is yours? Now, I understand that I'm going on a feeling more than what the book seems to be about. It's just it did not give me that same visceral feeling that I did that I got from the other books. But what about you? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you feel the same way I did, where it's like, wait a second, this feels tonally different than what I'm used to? Let me know in the comments below. Also, if you like this video, you want to see more, click like, click share, of course, because that gets word out about the channel. And if you haven't done already, subscribe. And whether or not you subscribed, make sure that you click that notification bell, because people have been getting unnotified. Also, this is the way we make our living. So if you don't mind helping us out, go on over to Patreon. The link's in the description below. Drop $1 in the till. We'd like to thank everybody who's already done that. And to everyone, all the true believers, thank you very, very much for watching.